Now we review the 2023 film Batman, the Doom That Came to Gotham. Mwah! Why am I laughing? I don't think I should be laughing. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am Richard, this is Random Street Theater, and I have seen Batman, the Doom That Came to Gotham. Yes. Before we go any further, let me remind you that if you don't want Doom to come to the entire world, you should comment, like, and subscribe, because for every 1,000 subscribers I get, I do purchase one of these bracelets from 4Ocean. 4Ocean then pulls a ton of trash out of the ocean every time I do that. Now, the Doom That Came to Gotham. What you have is a reimagining of Batman using much of the Bat family, only considerably earlier in time, before the common implementation of the steam engine for shipping. And it's more of a Lovecraftian story than it is a Batman story. But because it's a one-off shot, no one is safe. No one is safe. But, I mean, some of these characters here, I mean, what you start out with is Bruce Wayne has commissioned a expedition to the Arctic to try and find Penguin, who in this particular iteration is not a supervillain, but rather a professor, I believe from Miskatonic University, because that's the university that exists within the Lovecraftian universe. And of course, what they found is the means to which to summon Cthulhu, I think. And maybe some other Lovecraftian god, but the Reanimator himself, Jeremy Combs, plays Victor Freeze, who's blinded himself because to look on the face of Cthulhu is to invite madness. And yeah, you know, what happens is that Batman winds up fighting a Lovecraftian god. Yes, but not Batman winds up fighting a Lovecraftian god. Discount Batman winds up fighting a Lovecraftian god, because the real Batman would have pretty much kicked that Lovecraftian god's hiney all the way back to the underworld, and we all know that. I mean, to be flatly honest with you, there is a, I don't know what it's called, but it's a spiritual realm in the DC universe, and that spiritual realm has a Cthulhu of sorts. I don't know what that entity's name is, but I do recall watching a animated film where Solomon Grundy fought this creature, which, you know, has a Cthulhu-esque appearance. So that is something that exists in pretty much comic book adaptations of Batman. Why there has to be a reimagining where Batman faces off against Cthulhu back in the 1800s, I don't know. To say this is a bad movie is certainly not the case. It is a fine movie, but you have to understand that it is a completely sealed story with characters that for the most part are in name alone who we have here. I mean, Batman don't do a lot of Batmaning in this movie, or at least this universe. Green Arrow also shows up. Interesting character. Two-Face, very good reason for him to be two-faced in this. Yes, I think it may surprise you, but he's there. And a whole host of whole host of Batman characters are brought into this movie for the very, very simple sake of you having recognition. And I mean, I believe this is a series where they said, you know, let's take the concept of these characters and apply them to something else. The thing there being is that Batman does have a superpower. His superpower is subconscious clairvoyance. So the idea that he would be both the catalyst behind much of this happening and the solution to it is a little dumb. And, I mean, you might say, well, given the rich history of Batman and the distinguishing nature of the character, it is very possible that you could have this as a true iteration. But, I mean, somewhere in the multiverse, this may be a Batman. It doesn't feel very Batman to me. Also, Man-Bat, in its own particular way, makes an appearance in this particular version of the Batman Mythos, and I have to say, it is a fine enough movie. It is enjoyable. It belongs very much in the middle of your watch list. It is a great thing to watch for the spooky season because of its spooky imagery, its dark nature, and its Lovecraftian elements. If you're a mainstream Batman fan, you're just going to look at this and be like, WTF, dude. If you're not a strong Batman fan, if you can't look at these characters and be like, okay, yeah, that's that guy, that's that guy, you're going to be, huh? If you don't know Penguin's full name, this is not the movie for you. It is otherwise a very enjoyable film, certainly worth watching, particularly in the fall. But just take into account, it has a very distinctive flavor. That's not everyone's going to look at this and be like, okay, this is cool. Some people are going to look at it and be like, that's not Batman. And yes, it is Batman, because Batman can be a lot of things. This is one of them. So yes, middle of your watch list, I would put it below Batman meets the Ninja Turtles. And that's about it, Solid enough film. But if you've seen it, I'd like to hear your opinion down in the comments below. I'm Richard.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, Randall, yet again. And you can see, in addition to my bracelets from For Ocean, each one representing a pound of trash pulled out of the ocean, I got me some Scooby-Doo and Save the Planet 2 medal from Koronker around my neck. Yes, Koronker, conquer something or other. Anyway, look, here's how this works. You walk, you sign up for this thing like the owner of this channel, you walk, they plant 5 trees, and send you this, Scooby-Doo thing. You can Scooby-Doo and Save the Planet 2, just like was done for this channel. So you can help this channel Scooby-Doo and Save the Planet 2 by commenting, liking, and subscribing. Or you could go do it yourself. So if you're lazy, click that like button, say something nice, and if you're not lazy, go sign up, maybe do some trick-or-treating, walk a haunted house, and then I want your face, which is a perfect thing to do right now. How I love human face.